This is the starting strength novice squat warm-up for a beginner that has never squatted before. So we have here my brother Eric. We're going to teach him how to squat the starting strength method with low bar squat. So Eric, what you're going to do first is you're going to pick a shoulder width stance. Start with your toes pointed straight. And now point them 30 degrees out. Okay. Alright, next what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands like so, like you're praying, and you're going to push your butt back and drop your hips down right below parallel. And you're going to push your knees out against your knees, on the insides of your knees like this. Good. Now you want to look about 4 feet in front of you towards the ground. So you got that position. So for a straight beginner, if they're not comfortable with this depth, we would typically have them stay in this position until they gain the flexibility in order to gain the proper depth. But Eric here, he has really good range of motion. So Eric, what you're going to do next is I want you to push your butt up against my hand. So this is where the hip drive comes. So push your butt up there. So you're not thinking about going through your hips forward, you're thinking about your hips going up. Make sense? Yep. Alright, so we're going to do 5 reps of that, just to get a feel for it. So when you hit the bottom, you're already going to think about going on your way up. So rather than, you're pretty comfortable with the bottom position, right? Yeah. So once you get the bottom position, once somebody's comfortable with that bottom position, what we're going to do is have them do a straight set of 5. Not to fatigue them, but to have them practice the movement. So, Eric, you're going to think about your hips going back like you're sitting in a chair. Keep your arms like you're praying, and you're gonna, when you get down, once you hit below parallel, already think about going up, pushing your hips straight up. And then look towards the ground. Keep your neck neutral. So, hit the bottom and say boing in your head. So hips back and push your butt up. Push my hand up. And push your hand up. Good. Do a set of 5. So hips back and up. So come up all the way. So you want full hip extension. Like this. Yep. So that's the stop. That's the end position. So hips back, like you're sitting in a chair. Back is going to be at a 45-degree angle, more horizontal. So you're not so vertical. So you want to think about this, not this. Because when the bar is going to hit and we move on to the bar position, we're going to go, the bar is going to travel straight down in a vertical plane, right over the middle of the foot. Alright, Eric, do a set of 5, and you're going to push my hand up, push your butt back, and drive your butt up. Ready? Hips back, and pop up. Pop up. Good. 1, 2, 3. Feel the difference? Yeah. 4. Hips back, up. 5. Good. So we got that down. After we do the body weight version, we would have someone get comfortable with the bar. The next step is the client is going to walk up to the bar and make sure it's a shoulder, chest level. Some people put it way too high. Here, Eric is about 6'4", 6'3", so his is a lot higher than most people's. So we adjusted it accordingly. That's the first step. So Eric, when you approach the bar, you're going to have your thumbs over the bar. And you want to have, the closer your hands are, the tighter your upper back is going to be, which is going to keep the bar stable. Your elbows are going to be up, and your chest is going to be lifted, so all of this creates a shelf. You're going to put the bar lower than you think. So with the low bar squat, which is what we do in starting strength, what we're going to do is put it on what we call the spine of the scapula. Now it sounds pretty new for a lot of people. When I first started, I didn't know what that meant. So I just tell people, I just physically go like this. It's going to be right about here. So bottom of your upper traps, right about there. And that's that bone. It should feel like a comfortable position. Your thumbs are going to be over the bar. The reason why we put the thumbs over the bar is to prevent elbow tendonitis, and when you're going heavier and heavier, when you're squatting up to 500 pounds, all that stress put on that bent wrist is going to cause a lot of tendonitis. So we want to teach the movement correctly from the start. So when you approach the bar, it's going to be right underneath, so go out onto the bar and get that bar tucked at the spine of the scapula, and your thumbs over the bar. Now your wrists are going to be straight, Eric. And then your elbows lifted along with your chest. So you're bending at the thoracic spine right here. And then keep your core tight. And you're going to take a deep stand up with it. Step back one step. So you don't want to overexert yourself. You don't want to step back too many steps. So just like we did with the bodyweight version, this is going to be tight. The upper back's tight to have a nice bar placement so the bar's not moving. You're going to do the same thing. What you're going to do is you're going to look forward at a spot on the ground about 5 feet in front of you. Keep your neck neutral. Horizontal back. Push your butt back. First, start with a deep breath. Hips back and up. Do a set of 5. Up. So a little more horizontal. Push back. Up. Good. Come up all the way. Up. So I wanted to say boing in your head. So hips back. Up. So go again. Hips up. So you gotta come up all the way. So like you're standing tall. Yep. Good. So some people get stuck in this hip position. It's called muted hips. We want to get full hip extension and to complete the rep. So Eric, once again, hips up. Good. And we want to make sure the knees are pointed out. So it's at 30 degrees. The knees should travel over the toes. So go do 3 more. Hips back and up. Push your butt up. Up. Boing. So this boing is creating the stretch reflex. So I want you to go down more. Bring your wrist straighter, right there. That's where you want it, right there. So it's tight. Good. Hips back and boing up. Boing. Yep. Good. 2 more. Boing. Look forward. Hips back. Think more horizontal back. Up. Good. Up faster. Already think about coming up on the way up. When you go down, already think about going up. Go. Hips back and up. Good. Rack it. And then rack it. You're going to go straight forward to the rack and place the bar down. Good. So that is the completion of our warm-up set for starting strength low bar squat.